Welcome to this new video. This time we're going to be dissecting two more malicious spam emails. Actually, we're going to be doing three, but two of them are going to be very similar in the way that they're trying to use social engineering into tricking people to click into the emails or a link or scan the QR code. Now, there are many emails out there sending a QR code as part of the body of the email. And the reason for that is because the QR code, unless you have more advanced email filtering solutions, the attackers are not embedding a malicious hyperlink on the body of the message, but they are embedding a link in the QR code for people to scan them, hopefully, and then take them to a malicious site that is gonna either download something on their phones, most likely, or computers, or take over or try to steal credentials that are running in memory. So I'm not saying that all the emails that come with a QR code are malicious, but I would say that you should be wary of any email that is coming to you with a QR code asking you to activate it or asking you to scan it, otherwise something bad is going to happen. And again, that is how scammers work. They try to play our emotions, your emotions, to instill fear into taking an immediate action without looking or thinking about it. Now, if you read the body of this email, in this case the Android email, it says that there is a security vulnerability, and the only way that you are going to be able to protect your computer is to scan the QR code so you can download the patches. Now, as you know, if you have an Android or if you have an iPhone, patches and updates are installed automatically for you, or they're pushed, or your system, your phone, is going to notify you on the phone itself, not via email that you have to update the software to prevent or to patch a vulnerability. The other thing you need to pay attention to is that this is a spoof domain. So what I mean by that, and this is something that you have to pay attention to or learn to pay attention to or educate your eye, right, for that. Now, this is an email address, of course, and this is the email right here, support. But the how do you call that? The domain name that you see here is the one that is suspicious. It is alert-android.com. There is no alert-android.com. There is an android.com website that is a legitimate website for Android, but the alert-android is not associated to Android and is not the legitimate site. So one of the most effective ways to prevent phishing attacks from being successful is educating yourself and understanding how the emails work, and understanding that if something doesn't feel right, just listen to that inner voice. I know that this is not technical in nature, but to be honest with you, it all comes down to it, because this type of attack is not relying on anything technical for the attack to be successful. It is relying on social engineering, and you are not going to be able to fix social engineering with just technology. The user, we have the final word as of how to detect this type of attacks. Now, if you pay attention to this other email that is going around right in here, it says that you have received a security notification. Someone has shared a document with you. And you may be saying, oh, this is interesting. I've never seen this before. Yeah, this is because like Microsoft doesn't say anything like this. And again, if you see this, you're gonna notice that the domain name is Microsoft-communication.com. There's no such thing as Microsoft-communication.com. Perhaps there is a communication.microsoft.com, and communications will be a subdomain of Microsoft.com. I don't know if there's one, but this right here is something that you have. I mean, you're going to be paying attention there. You're going to say, you know what, this feels right. I'm not going to be doing this. And again, they are preying on fear, and they're preying on that sense of urgency. And you may say, you know what, I'm not going to fall for this type of attack. I'm way too smart for this. Good for you. Hopefully you will never. But the fact that these attacks and these type of emails are out there is because they're successful. People are falling for that. And it may be that sometimes you're looking at your email whilst you are going to work, or as you are busy, you're not really concentrated on what you're looking for, and you're not paying much attention to it. And again, like, these are screenshots of those malicious emails. But if I had the original message, which I deleted, you can also do a couple of more things. You can right click on it, and you can view the source code, as we did with understanding or analyzing a fake website in another video that I created. I'm going to leave the link right here. And also, one of the most effective ways to determine something, or that is going to help you to determine something, is whether legitimate or not, is by hovering over the links. If you hover over, and again, I don't have the original emails on any hyperlinks, it is going to show you what website that is pointing to. And that is what it's going to show you next. There is another email that I want to go over, and in this case, I do have the email that we're going to be working with. Just give me 1 second, and I'm going to bring it over to my screen. Okay, and here it is. Let me close the edit, and this is an email that I've gotten many times, by the way. I just don't pay much attention to it. And if you have crypto, probably you use Metamask, or you know of Metamask, and maybe you have used it in the past. And what Metamask is just a standalone wallet that you can install on your computer as a browser plugin. I mean, that's what I use as a plugin. Now, one of the advantages of crypto, something they've been preaching and evangelizing since day one, is the privacy that you can have with crypto. So in this case, when you open up Metamask, or when you download Metamask, that's going to be installed on your computer, on your browser. You're going to get a key and a seed, and that's going to be the keys to the kingdom. Nobody else has that information other than you. So there's no registration. You're not going to register with anybody. It's not like maybe like, Coinbase or Binance US. Those are centralized like websites and that are going to keep your information. So MetaMask is not like that. So the chances of you receiving an email from MetaMask are 0, right? And if we go through here, let me scroll down a bit so we can read more. It says that my MetaMask account has not been verified yet. And it says the verification can be done easily via the button below. All unverified accounts will be suspended. So just similarly to the other phishing attacks that we saw before, they are instilling fear on people, right? Like, if you don't verify, your account is gonna be disabled. So that's something to pay attention to. Now, you may say, you know what, I don't have much on MetaMask, or I don't have anything. But if you have something in there and you see something like, if you don't verify, your account is going to be disabled, it may stop you for 1 second and say, let me click on that, let me verify that. So you have to use different sources of information to understand whether something is legitimate or not, right? As I mentioned to you before, MetaMask is not centralized. It's not an exchange like as I mentioned before, Coinbase or Binance. So if I scroll down here, I'm gonna see a button that says verify your wallet. Remember that I mentioned before that if you hover over a hyperlink that's gonna show you where it is pointing to. So if I come here, if you notice on the bottom left corner of the screen, you're gonna see http://metamask.io.community-scrutiny.im. So that is the website that is pointing to. Now this is an old email that I've had, but I get this all the time. So if I click on this verify your wallet, nothing is going to happen because probably that domain was taken down, or that link. But if you were to do a search on malware URL scanner of that URL, right? I just went to malware URL scanner and I typed the URL that I wanted to verify. You're gonna see that this is being flagged. Here it is, right? You're gonna see that this is it's getting flagged as malicious site, phishing site, malicious site. So that's something more technical that you can do to verify whether this is legitimate or not. But again, these are things that you have to pay attention to, and you have to have a combination of, if you're in a business, you need to have the proper technical controls to prevent something like this. And even if it goes through, there are many different layers that you can implement to protect your network. If you are an end user and you are receiving this type of emails in your personal accounts, most likely you're not going to have that type of security controls. So in that case, you have to take a breather, take a step backwards. Do not act on impulse to verify or to claim or to do something that doesn't feel right. Even if that email is legitimate for whatever reason, another email, they can wait, just analyze it and always verify. Especially if money is involved and you get an email from your bank, you know what? Call your bank. Don't call the number that they provide on the email. If you can, go directly to the bank and ask those questions, but don't click on it. And especially when you're dealing with crypto, hey, if your cryptos get stolen, guess what? There's no FDIC insurance that is gonna give them back to you, unlike banks, right? That if your bank account gets compromised, most likely you're gonna get that money back. Not with this. So anyway, this is another way of dissecting emails, understanding spams, and I hope this information was useful to you. If you liked this and you feel that this is useful information to somebody else, go share this content. I would really appreciate that if you share the video. Click on the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you have something nice to say it. That is good karma, and I will talk to you on the next video.